Richie, thanks for joining us. A disappointing result. What about the performance?
I felt at times it was a really good performance. We moved the ball about well. We've come here, we've had 18 shots. The only gripe would be we didn't hit the target enough, some really good chances. And we could have scored 5 or 6 goals. I think going forward and with the ball we were very good. I think recovery runs and tracking runners we were very poor. So the 2 goals are identical. Switch to the wing back. The first one, switch to the wing back. We don't track a runner into the box. And then we've got a left centre half crossing it for the same runner again. So lessons to be learned. I think there's a lot of positives from tonight. I think that Jaden Sweeney's first start of the season was very good. I think Monk's first half could have had 3 or 4 goals himself, obviously at the post. I think he might have hit the post twice. Paul Smith was sharp. And we got minutes into Harry Smith. And then second half, I think that Jordan Brown's welcome back. Obviously, we could only play him for 20 minutes today. I thought he was very good. And then the impact that Darren Prattley and Theo have. So we did a lot of positives. I thought we moved the ball about well. But I was just disappointed with our tracking runners. If you don't track runners in football, then you're going to concede goals, and that's what happened.
How difficult is it when you make as many as 7 changes to starting 11?
Yeah, I spoke to you after Saturday. Just don't want this game. You know, and you don't want to change too many because then it doesn't look like a team. So we planned on 45 for Harry and 45 for Paul Smythe, and getting 45 into Theo and Charlie Kelman just to keep that sharpness so we don't run them into fatigue. And I think they perform well. H is obviously a little bit behind and he's searching for that sharpness. But I think if you match the 2 halves with Theo and Paul Smith in the same team, that's quite exciting because I was really pleased with their performance. And we're coming to a team that won this league last year, and to have 18 shots on target, 2 or 3 one-on-ones, and a lot of opportunity to score, albeit they had 3 or 4 opportunities to score them. It's pleasing going forward, but we do need, again, midfield is a problem for us.
It is. How close are you to solving that problem?
Because of Craig Clay's, and this is the worry that I thought, if we didn't get someone in, you know, Craig's playing really well on Saturday and you're winning 1-0 away from home, and he's just felt a tight twinge in his quad, and we can't bring him off because, you know, we trust Craig in the middle of the park. He knows exactly what's required, so we keep him on, and he runs into fatigue and he'll be out for 2 or 3 weeks. So we need to get someone in the next 40 hours.
And you've got somebody in mind?
We've got several in mind. We need to make the phone calls more forceful now, and we need decisions, and we need to, you know, we need to press a button on one.
Because you've tried different players in those midfield positions, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's probably unfair. Shad today, I thought it would be a good test for Shad to play against a decent outfit, and at times he looked lost in there. Much better when he went to. I thought he performed really well when he went to centre back, and then Tom James, we lose his quality out wide. When you play him in there, and I also think the speed of the game. When you're a full back and everything is either in front of you or to the side of you, it's a lot different when you're playing holding midfield and you need to have eyes in the back of your head and you need to constantly look over your shoulders. So it's probably not fair on them 2 players. We're asking them to do that job because it takes away something from their game, but it's something that we've needed to look at. And then obviously for minutes today, it was important that Shad got 90, so that's why we started midfield, because Adam Thompson needed 90 minutes as well.
Talking about quality, in the first half, George Monco, he's just seemed to have more time on the ball than anybody else.
Yeah, and again, I spoke about we're a work in progress in our fitness, but we're also a work in progress in our. I think the last 25 minutes when Darren Prattley comes on, you see how we want to play and how we want to work. Monks likes the ball, so he goes looking for it, but we just want him to stay in the positions that we want him to, and I think in the first half he done that, and he probably could have had 3 or 4. He'll be disappointed not to walk away with a couple of goals today.
What about other injuries? Aaron Drynan?
Yeah, it'll still be a couple of weeks.
Anybody else?
No, that's it. There's obviously Dan Nkrumah who's long term, but yeah, that's about it. But he's more getting up to speed. So Harry's obviously fit now. Jordan Brown's fit, but are they ready for Saturday? Probably not.
We saw Connor Wood coming on the second half.
Yeah. No, listen, I like Connor. He's got a good attitude. He trains well every day. But it's just a situation that we've had. I've said as soon as I came into this club that we had too many similar type midfield players, and I won't change my mind on that. We need an out-and-out holding midfielder. You see the difference that Jordan makes. The difference when you have specific people in their right positions is huge. So we need to get Jordan up to speed, but then we still need another one just because we're light on numbers. And you see Zach tonight. Zach's going to be a really, really good footballer. but he's going to be a really, really good footballer at 19, 20 at our level. He's not going to be at 18. He just needs steady progress. I think at times that was a little bit too much for him. He needs to work on his fitness because he was time, but he's a player that we really, really like, and we just need to grow him into the position.
Big game coming up now on Saturday, Mansfield Town.
Really good game. Can't wait for it. Pleased with our supporters tonight. It's obviously the difficult these games. It's early on in the season, and it's a trophy that you want to sneak round through the first couple of rounds, but the risk of injury is so vast that you have to change the team. I think we put on a decent performance for the travelling supporters today. I hope our supporters come out in force on Saturday, because I think, if you look at benchmarks in League 2 this year, I do think that Mansfield, they've had a consistent manager for quite a number of years now. They've had quite a consistent team. They've not lost too many from their playoff team last year. A good manager, a good club, a club that is quite stable and looking forward. So I think anybody that finishes above Mansfield will probably finish in the top 5. So obviously that in itself is a big game.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Richie.
Thank you.